Senator Natasha Akpoti might not be a perfect person, but one thing you must understand is that the way the Senate handled her suspension is uncalled for. Let me explain.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to a public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer will say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Now, this is the reason why many Nigerians should be politically educated, and also they should know the history and know what has happened in the past so that they can use the past to be able to solve the future problem. Because what is currently happening in the Senate now, this is not the first time it has happened. It is really uncalled for that the Senate will suspend a democratically elected senator, leaving her constituency stranded. Now, this is what you need to understand. Senator Natasha Akpoti is representing the Kogi Central Senatorial District. She is representing people. She was democratically elected, the same way all other senators in the House was democratically elected. So they have no right to uncallfully suspend her without her going through the disciplinary channel, because they did not give her a fair hearing. It was just, okay, you shouldn't have done that, and they suspended her. Remember, this is not the first time it's happening, because the First Lady Remi Tinubu said that the Senate is the place of honor. Remember, the First Lady was once a senator, and during her time, she did something similar like that. Now, her own might not be the unforceful touching of whatever, but she practically fought in the Senate, and she was not suspended, or nothing harshly was done to her. Anyway, if you doubt, listen to this. That was your First Lady fighting in the Senate. Then you see why I said that most Nigerians need to know the history and to be politically educated. That was not all. A few years later, another senator was also accused of similar issue to that of Senator Natasha now. And this is the way they also handle it.
Do you realize that the Senate, I off that mic and let me finish. Do you realize that the Senate, when we constitute this, whatever the law gives, we can also suspend you? Do you realize that? No, sir.
I will not sit and you threaten me with suspension.
We are not threatening you.
I said
like we are not threatening you.
I will not sit you threatening you suspension.
With all due respect, sir.
With all due respect to you, I won't sit here. You are my colleague. You are a senator like me. You cannot threaten me suspension. I take exception, man.
Now, this is where I'm highly disappointed in Nigerian feminists, because this is the time they actually need to speak up, because not just when marriage and other things involved, they will show up online and Twitter and drag Mommy Z and all that. This is the time they need to stand up and stand behind Senator Natasha. Remember, I'm not saying Senator Natasha is 100% innocent, or maybe she should go away with whatever happened. What I'm saying is that she deserves a fair hearing and shouldn't be immediately suspended. You are leaving her constituency stranded for 6 months. She's representing some people in Kogi State. So what happened now? For the next 6 months, that means they do not have a representative in the Senate. They don't have a senator for the next 6 months. That is uncalled for. It doesn't make sense. I also think that the Nigerian feminists should take this matter up with this individual that went to Arise TV to say that for any female to take any public office, she should be subjected to mental tests or whatever. That is an insult to the female gender. I'm not instigating anything, but I'm saying that as a country that value both gender, it is uncalled for. It is nonsense to say that kind of statement.
And let me add that the women folk and indeed public officers may have in future to be subjected to a mental stability test in order that you qualify to be a governor, a councillor, or a senator. Otherwise, you are going to get this anti-market, especially at a time when we're asking for gender inclusion and gender equality. We are at this point facing this situation in which a gender issue is being trivialized and demonized and over-dramatized on the floor of the highest legislative house in this country, the largest black nation on earth.
Remember, when you clap for injustice, it's just a matter of time. It will get to your doorstep. And I hope when it gets to your doorstep and knock, you open door and embrace it. Now, in conclusion, all those people who were elected to uphold our law and to also make important decisions about our country, to make new laws that favored its citizens, they are fighting over irrelevant things, or fighting over women sit here, sit down there. Now, look at this issue between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. This issue has lingered for almost a month now and preventing the Senate from taking important decisions. Can any Nigerian tell me one important decision that affect the nation that the Senate has passed, or maybe they've discussed for the past 1 month? Nothing important has ever come out from the Senate for the past 1 month, and that might continue for the next 6 months because they are all distracted doing things that does not have any economical value to the country. Anyway, I'll stop here and I'll allow you to finish the matter. Tell me what you think in the comment section, but before you do, please do not forget to
enjoy your weekend.
Nigeria.